The Crown may be a masterpiece of royal drama, but not everything you saw on screen was ever explained, from hidden symbols to scenes that vanished into thin air. These are 15 weird secrets the Crown never told you about. Fact 1.
Your Majesty, I do hope you enjoyed your holiday.
In Season 1, a portrait in the background keeps changing faces between episodes and no one ever explains why. Some say it's a continuity mistake, but others swear it was deliberate. The face seems to shift from a historical noble to something ghostly. Netflix never mentioned it in commentary or press. Crew members quietly called it The Watcher. The painting doesn't appear in any official prop records, which makes it stranger. One designer hinted it represented the shadow of power. The lighting even flickers each time the painting is visible. Some viewers think it mirrors the Queen's guilt in key scenes. Others believe it's haunted by an unacknowledged ancestor. Whatever it means, it always appears before moments of moral tension. The more you notice it, the more unsettling it becomes. The director refused to confirm its origin. The prop team reportedly avoided touching it after filming. When asked, a producer joked it found its own way in. Maybe that's the one royal ghost the Crown never meant to include.
I'm always mystified by those that don't feel at home at Balmoral.
Fact 2.
I don't like the sound of that cough.
That's fine.
And you've been struggling with your chest for a while.
In Season 3, Margaret burns a mysterious letter and no explanation is given. Historians say no such letter exists in royal archives, so why include it at all? The handwriting was copied from real royal letters. The visible words read, "You'll never forgive me," then vanish in flames. The shot lingers unusually long for a simple prop moment. Some think it refers to a forbidden lover. Others claim it's symbolic of the monarchy's buried scandals. Even the props team didn't know what was written. The letter was made by a single calligrapher under a non-disclosure agreement. During editing, the music dips to near silence as it burns. That silence, the director said, was to make the audience hold their breath. After filming, the ashes were stored instead of discarded. When fans asked about it online, the official account said, "What letter?" It was never mentioned again. Perhaps some royal secrets are meant to vanish with the smoke. Fact 3.
Everything improves with a drink.
Not everything.
No, don't be such a prig.
In several episodes, the Queen's brooch flashes light in rhythmic patterns. Fans noticed it wasn't random. It spelled something. Some decoded it as D-U-T-Y, others as S-O-R-R-Y. The costume designer admitted the jewellery was modified with tiny LED reflectors. No one explained why. The pattern repeats every third scene she appears in. Too perfect to be accidental. Historians connected it to the Queen's World War II training in Morse code. Was it a nod to her secret past or a hidden message to the audience? Some think it was an apology to Diana's generation. Others say it was an inside joke for the crew. When slowed down frame by frame, the reflection times match real Morse intervals. It's subtle, eerie, and clever. The showrunner refused to comment when asked. The brooch appears one final time in the finale, perfectly still. Maybe that's when the message finally ended.
Have I done to deserve this?
The brief was simple. Perform minor ceremonial tasks.
Fact 4.
Gaping wound of a country, forbidden to bring my own wife.
Rumours say a deleted scene once showed a forgotten prince. It supposedly appeared in a funeral episode, then vanished from every version. Fans noticed hints, a child's photo, a missing name, and an odd line. He never made it to the registry. Netflix's archives list a file called prince_john_finalcut.mov. That's the name of the Queen's epileptic uncle, long kept secret by the royal family. Insiders whispered that the palace objected to the inclusion. After that, the footage disappeared without trace. Even promotional trailers were quietly re-edited. Editors confirmed the runtime once had a 47-second gap. No official statement ever followed. Some claim early press screeners contained the scene, but those copies are gone. Netflix simply labelled it withdrawn segment. Crew members called it the ghost episode. Perhaps the Crown didn't want to show how far the royal family's silences truly go. Maybe some stories stay hidden by royal design.
We've had our disagreements, but you've always remained my favourite uncle.
Fact 5.
Yes, ma'am?
I need to speak to the Queen. I need to speak to her. Don't fob me off.
One haunting moment shows Diana staring into a mirror where her reflection moves half a second late. It wasn't a glitch, it was intentional. The director used a double to mimic her movement slightly off sync. It symbolises Diana's inner fracture between public image and private despair. But here's what most don't know. The reflection smiles faintly when Diana doesn't. That unsettling detail was never explained. Every reflection shot took more than 20 takes. The cinematographer called it the cursed mirror. The final take cracked the prop mirror itself. Netflix kept the broken piece as memorabilia. In the office, staff say the crack lines up perfectly with the reflection's smile. Some see it as foreshadowing of Diana's fate. Others think it was her last moment of control. Either way, it's one of the Crown's most chilling visuals. And the smile still haunts viewers who pause the frame too long.
It is absolutely essential that I see the Queen. This wedding can't go ahead.
Fact 6.
Perhaps your sister sensed that. That is why she's asked me to go to Northern Ireland.
During a season 2 shoot, the Queen's horse suddenly froze mid-take. No noise, no cue, just stillness. Olivia Colman tried to calm it, whispering softly. The animal's eyes locked on an empty patch of field. Trainers said it had done this only once before. The location was an old royal hunting ground nicknamed the Silent Acre. Locals say it's haunted by a stable boy who died there. The director decided to keep the take because the reaction looked authentic. Watch closely, Coleman actually glances off camera, unsettled. Sound editors later added soft wind to hide the eerie silence. But if you mute the scene, even the trees stop moving. It's one of the few scenes never reshot or edited. Crew members avoided discussing it afterward. The horse returned to normal minutes later as if nothing happened. No one ever found a reason for its fear, and no one dared ask again.
What for?
To accompany her on a trip to Belfast this week, too.
Fact 7.
The bad news is it won't be long before bigger, more influential newspapers.
Between Season 3's episodes 7 and 8, production records show a file called E07B. The episode doesn't exist on Netflix. Leaked call sheets suggest it followed a journalist investigating royal secrets. The script ends mid-sentence. The truth is found in... Editors say the footage was filmed but locked away. Actors involved were forced to sign new NDAs. A few fans swear they saw it stream briefly before vanishing. Its runtime was exactly 33 minutes. All traces disappeared the next day. Netflix renamed the file Test Reel. Crew members jokingly called it The Silence of the Palace. The official explanation was creative restructuring, but insiders say something felt off. The episode had a theme of censorship, now it's censored itself. Some call it an accident, others call it poetic justice.
Realize this warrants further scrutiny.
Fact 8.
Icy, dark, loveless cave.
In one hallway scene, Diana walks as a bell tolls 13 times. Royal bells always toll 12. Sound engineers blamed overlapping tracks, but the 13th chime matches the minute of Diana's real car crash. 00:23 Paris time. Coincidence? Maybe. Composer Martin Phipps once said, "Music carries ghosts." During editing, the waveform showed a heartbeat-shaped pulse. That pulse wasn't in any recording. It was later removed, but early versions still have it. A few viewers claim to hear a faint whisper between tolls, something like "run." Netflix never addressed it. The sound was labelled artifact resonance. Some call it superstition, others call it chilling. The moment remains one of the show's strangest coincidences. Intentional or not, it lingers long after the bell stops ringing.
With no light, no hope, anywhere.
Fact 9.
And to find a reason to break them up, because there is history of that cruelty in this family.
One actor wore a ring that wasn't part of the costume. It wasn't historical nor approved by wardrobe. When asked, he said it belonged to someone who needed to be remembered, The director tried to hide it, but it always appeared in frame. The lighting dimmed mysteriously whenever it did. Equipment checks found nothing wrong. The actor refused to explain the ring's story. Crew members believed it was a mourning keepsake. During one scene, the ring vanished between shots. No editing, no reshoot. The footage simply changed. The actor left production the same day. His name never appeared in press tours again. Some call it grief made visible. Others say it was something else entirely. Whatever it was, the ring left its mark and then disappeared forever.
I refuse to be blamed any longer for this grotesque misalliance! I wash my hands of it!
Fact 10.
To have your own shoot is important.
Throughout The Crown, a black crow appears near betrayal scenes. You'll spot it outside Edward's window during his abdication. It perches near Philip's car after an argument with Elizabeth. It even appears on Diana's balcony later. The bird was never in the script. Visual effects denied adding it. Behind-the-scenes photos show a live crow handler present anyway. English folklore says a crow at your window means truth overheard. If you pause at the right moment, it looks straight at the camera. Some think it symbolizes death-watching power. Others believe it's coincidence. The director called it a lucky visitor. Still, its timing feels too deliberate. The same crow reappears in later seasons, older and scarred. Maybe it's not luck, maybe it's a witness.
Where connections and friendships are made at all last.
Fact 11.
I asked you here tonight because there is something I wanted to discuss with you.
In a season 1 ballroom scene, an extra looks exactly like Wallis Simpson. She has the same face, same posture, even the same mole. The production said it was random casting, but the same woman appears again in season 4, unchanged by age. Her name isn't in any credits list. Crew members said she was polite but distant. She never ate or spoke during breaks. She was always placed near mirrors or glass reflections. The casting director swore they didn't rehire her. One assistant called her the ghost extra. Her IMDb entry vanished months later. Fans claim she's visible in multiple episodes if you look closely. Was it an intentional Easter egg or something stranger? Maybe Wallis never really left the palace after all.
I cannot do it. I will not do it.
Fact 12.
I'm always mystified by those that don't feel at home at Balmoral.
In season 5, an old radio plays the Queen's broadcast. Beneath her words, there's another faint voice, male, whispering. Sound teams couldn't isolate it. They re-recorded the scene 3 times. It returned each time. The waveform showed a double imprint, impossible without overlap. Some think it's the voice of King George VI bleeding through. Others say it's interference from archived static. But the whisper says, "Keep it steady," his final words to her. It fades exactly when her line ends. The audio remains unsourced today. Netflix marked it unverified anomaly. Crew members still mention it quietly. Maybe it's coincidence, or maybe the king's final encouragement slipped through history one more time.
As their sovereign, I invite you to form a government in my name.
Fact 13.
That you and an army of sycophants are turning into the living embodiment of your soul.
Every clock in season 2, episode 9 shows the same time, 3:07. The Queen's wristwatch, Big Ben, wall clocks. All frozen. Viewers thought it was a continuity error, but the pattern repeats too often to ignore. The script supervisor said we had to freeze something. No one knew what she meant. Some say it marks the real hour of an unscripted event. Others think it represents suspended duty. Even props were told never to change it. Numerologists say 3 and 7 together mean divine imperfection. The episode's theme was the cost of power. Fitting. Still, no explanation was given publicly. Maybe time stood still on purpose, or maybe it always does for those bound by the crown.
The Sunday Times, I've always advised my prime ministers against reading the newspaper.
Fact 14.
I go on another 20, 25 years. A tired, white-haired geriatric queen.
A bright red folder sits on the Queen's desk across 6 episodes. It's never opened or mentioned. It shifts slightly between shots. The label reads Project Lark, a non-existent codename. Peter Morgan said, "Some birds never sing." The prop team said it was locked and couldn't be opened. Once, when someone tried, a light blew out on set. They left it untouched afterward. The folder vanished for a day, then reappeared exactly where it was. People who peeked inside claimed the pages weren't blank. One crew member refused to discuss it again. Netflix listed it as continuity prop. Still, its presence feels loaded. Every time it appears, the Queen faces a decision. Maybe that folder holds more than paper. Maybe it holds silence itself.
From all the members of your family gathered here today, our very best wishes go to you.
Fact 15.
Do you want our walls to be built even higher? Or the public to stand 10 feet further back at engagements?
The first shot shows a crown placed on a head. The final shot shows its reflection in glass. Together, they form a perfect circle of power. The symmetry feels deliberate. When both are mirrored side by side, the lighting spells ENDURE in Morse code. The director confirmed the pattern but refused to explain. In that last frame, a faint breath fogs the glass. The set was empty during filming. No crew member was nearby. The fog stayed visible for 4 seconds. Editors debated removing it, but didn't. It felt right, one said. The series begins and ends with the same silence, the same crown, untouched by time. Maybe the crown never ended. Maybe it just kept watching back.